Welcome back, traders. Let's get straight into the technical analysis on Nio. But before I start, guys, I want to preface this by saying not financial advice. Do your own DD, but I love every single one of you guys. All right, Nio Stock has been doing something that we had talked about called the dump. It has gone 22% in 12 days. That is disgusting. That's nasty. No one likes it, right? But you're doing something very important technically on the chart that I wanted to make sure you guys are all aware of, and that is you are about to go into oversold territory, which you have not done since April of 2025, guys. And the reaction that you saw from this was extraordinary. It was insane. 46% in 21 days, right? After seeing this meltdown, you came back to fill all the gaps, and you're going to do the exact same thing, in my opinion, in the next couple of weeks. You have a gap left at 660 and a gap left at 711 that you have still yet to reverse, break this trend line, and fill. So what is so important about getting into the oversold territory? Well, it's been respected pretty heavily on Nio Stock. When it gets to oversold, institutions, swing traders, retail, right, they watch this, and this is one of those shared technical analysis tools that everyone is looking at, guys. Everyone is looking at the RSI. So you can see here another textbook example, 55% in 35 days, guys, on 1.16 billion volume, which is absurd. So you're doing that not only on the daily, guys, not only on the daily. Let's get into the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you are doing something that is significant, guys, and I'm going to mark it. I'll try to get as close as humanly possible. That's as close as humanly possible, right? Look on the RSI. This is called your reflection point or your midpoint on the RSI. This checkered line right across the middle is what confirms either a bullish breakout or a bearish breakdown. You can see here you are not ready to cross above this multiple occasions. And how the RSI respects it is it slaps you down and pounds you, right, if you are not ready to see that breakout. And you've seen it multiple times. You saw it back here. And some of the nastiest moves are from the test of this midline on the RSI, and some of the nastiest breakouts as well. Look on the weekly time frame. You can see here from this rejection, you're about to have your mind blown. You dropped 44% in 28 days. Now that is painful. No one likes that, right? But you have the unique opportunity to potentially do the opposite, the inverse of that, right? You are coming into significant areas of support at 560 and the 200-day EMA, guys. I cannot scream enough that these stocks and crypto will not go down forever. You look at the Fear and Greed Index, you are at 11, guys. This is the lowest I have seen the Fear and Greed Index probably since April, when you saw that 50% rebound, right? You had Michael Jordan of stocks passing it to Scottie Pippen, and you saw some insane stuff happen back in April. You are now doing pretty much the exact same thing. You see crypto up a little bit from the rebound, and I'll go into that in another video. But stocks down to 11, guys, which is just insane. It's insane to see that. So that's just one textbook example of this midline on the RSI. You see an example here, absolutely butchered, absolutely demolished, down 62% in 125 days. Now, what happened when you crossed above it, right? It acted as an inflection point in which the stock made a significant gain in a short period of time, 70% in just 28 days, guys. See another rejection point right here when you saw the absolute cliff fall, 65% in 119 days, and the examples go on and on and on and on and on and on, right? But one of the best examples of what Nio has the potential to do. Now, nothing is guaranteed, right? Nothing's guaranteed in these markets. We know that. But something that you have the opportunity to do right now is off of this inflection point. This was your retest on the RSI before you broke out significantly and saw this massive run. You did the exact same thing in 2020, guys, and I hate to break it to you, but this is a very important test of this midline. And just look at how it was respected here. I mean, you broke out from $2 up to $4. You then retraced. How much was that retrace? Retraced 19 to 20%. Tested this midline on the weekly, and then absolutely went to Pluto. I mean, there's no other way to describe that run except for Pluto. That's insane. That is obscene. We're now at a point where this thing is back testing one of the most important technical levels at 560, as well as back testing the RSI, as well as testing the daily oversold territory. If you are going to find a bounce on Nio in this area, it's going to come soon. And so that's why I am intrigued to watch this stock over the next couple of weeks and see what you do. Because if you continue to free fall, it's not going to be a good look. You're going to come all the way down, most likely, down to this uptrend, sitting right around 425. But there is a potential here for a crazy cracked bounce. And so I wanted to bring that up on Nio Stock. You close the daily with a doji candle, guys, showing that not only was it a long-tail doji, but the bears are running out of steam. You did close on a higher volume node, but still lower in retrospect to what you have been trading, right? The low of the day sitting at 583 to be exact. And I was watching this interim throughout the day and really reflecting on it. Your high of the day was 603. Now, what is the significance of that is you dropped $6, you tested $6, and then you failed to hold. So that is a significant test for the bulls that you have officially lost. You saw it. This was the trading day. So you came back up. You reclaimed from the low of the day at 583, reclaimed, smashed not just $6, but the 50-day EMA on the 30-minute, and then retraced back down. Now, this could be totally a higher low. But what I'm seeing here is more of a symmetrical triangle on shorter time frames, which, to me, you've already broken down from, or at least some kind of bear flag, because you're not seeing the reaction that you'd like to. So if I had to guess what Nio was going to do next, I think on the short term, you're going to see a little bit more blood. But inevitably, guys, man, this is not cooperating. Inevitably, look how close you are to that 560 rebound area or territory. What's the percentage? I mean, you are quite literally 6% away from our target. And not only is it, like we said, it's very significant, guys. Not only is it 560, but you've given the stock enough time to allow the 200-day EMA to catch up. And now it is sitting right in that pocket, right in that insane support zone that I think once you come down here, guys, you're going to see a nasty bounce. Something like this, some kind of V-shaped recovery, the same way that you did back in April when you saw the RSI hit oversold for the first time in a long time, right? These kind of recoveries is what I am looking for on not just stocks, not just crypto, but also Nio, because these things do not go down forever. It's hilarious seeing some people in the comments, I freaking knew this thing was done. Okay, buddy. And so it is my job. It is my job to remain cautiously or fearlessly optimistic and bring this TA to you guys, because I am just telling you, some of these people are such silly chickens. They are such silly gooses that they just think that these things are going to continue to capitulate when you have all of these crazy resistances. Now, if you smash through them, it's a different conversation, but we're going to take this step by step in doing the proper analysis and due diligence for you guys. So Nio Stock, interesting location. And I do expect to bounce relatively soon. I just want to see you tap 560 is what I'm expecting. We went over the fear and greed index. Let's get that out of here. Now let's go over a little bit of monetary policy and stay for this because it's important, guys. I wanted to go over what are the odds of a rate cut with the new labor numbers. If in case you guys are unaware, the labor numbers came out today going over the job market, right? Your jobs market has been weakening in the pace of the last 2 months. Now, granted, last month was significantly weaker. This month, a little bit less so. But what that implies is that you will hopefully see another rate cut come December. Now, when is that next Fed meeting? Next Fed meeting, I believe it's early December. I could be wrong. Should probably ask Grok. We'll do it next. The unemployment numbers ticked up from 4.3 to 4.2 in September, while initial jobless claims also surged to 232,000 for the week ending in late October, up from 219 the prior week. Of course, it talks about government shutdown, but what is the important part about this, guys? What is the crucial thing that affects our investment is FOMC. Right? The odds of a 25 basis rate cut in December 10th, 2025. So that's our FOMC meeting. Now stand at approximately 50%, up from 44 to 46 earlier today, and 67 a week ago. I don't know why, but the implied probability of no change is about 50%. So if you don't see that rate cut, guys, I would expect the market to take a little bit of a downturn in the interim. But what matters is if you can get this rate cut in the same month that the Fed has announced that QT is over. And what does QT stand for? QT stands for quantitative tightening. The tightening of the rates, tightening of the economy has an effect on smaller cap companies, has an effect on the overall rates in this economy, how easy it is to get money, right? What you often see is as these rates ease up, a lot of people are a lot more risk on. And so that's what we're looking for crypto, for Nio, for AMC, GameStop. And this is, although bearish, right, that the jobless claims came back higher, it is good if you're looking for a rate cut, because what that's telling us is that the economy is cooked. It is cooked. It's oversold. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the recent impact of AI on U.S. GDP growth. I just thought this was fascinating, so I wanted to share it with you guys so you can be better prepared to have speaking points in whatever you do, but also to just know the U.S. economy a little bit better right now. The percentage of GDP growth attributed to AI, context dependent, varies from time to time. But what is important about this is I think we could be potentially boiling up a bubble right now. And that would not affect us right now, but it's fascinating to see and kind of worrisome that you see 92% of GDP growth in 2025 has been attributed to AI. So what happens if NVIDIA earnings come back negative tomorrow? Yeah, you would legitimately see a market turnover. So something to watch, guys, as you see this bubble. There's no guarantee of when this thing would cut loose, but it is kind of scary to see that 92% of GDP. You're talking to me like saying without AI right now, we would be in a technical recession. So kind of scary, but I'll continue to cover this as it expands. Nio Stock, we covered that though today, and it's just been a blessing to be a part of this Nio community because you guys are so freaking supportive. You guys are honestly one of the bedrock foundations of the investors community. So I would plead to you guys, join the Discord, communicate in there. Let's blow that thing up and subscribe to the channel because I want you guys to stick around. I love each and every single one of you guys. And without you guys, without Game Stoppers, AMCers, right, this channel doesn't exist. And we're almost at 1,000 freaking subscribers. 950, guys. Come on. Right? So God bless each and every single one of you guys. Hope you guys are doing well, even in the market downturn. I hope you guys have a zen mind, knowing that this is all an opportunity. God bless each and every single one of you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Woo!